Reddit, the place where philosophers, businessmen, professionals, mods, and Pepe live. This is where I'm going to try and find God. I came across this post on r/askmen. It asked what people do to grow physically, mentally, and spiritually. So I spent way longer than I thought compiling all the answers, and then came down to the top ones that I could realistically and legally do in a week. The most common answer was meditation, which kind of makes sense. What did surprise me was a few people said go to church and pray. Now, I go to church and I probably don't pray as much as I should, so I was okay with those. But what really didn't excite me was a few people mentioned running. Now, I don't know if you've seen my physique. Running is not something I do by choice. However, this week, I was gonna have to. Why am I doing this? You don't have to do this. The other one that I did not want to do was drive to work with no music so you can think. Luckily, I only go to work once this week. The bad news is it's like 35 minutes both ways, which I understand. For some of you, that's probably nothing. But music is like my thing. I love music. So this was gonna be a little tough for me. Some of the not so legal responses included taking Ritalin, which I don't have legal access to, LSD, which I'm not gonna do, stealing holy water, also not gonna do that. Oh yeah, and start a side company so that you can be humbled. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't even have the first company to start the side company. But basically, at the end, I came up with this list. Sleep 8 hours, meditate, run or walk, go to church, journal, pray, and drive to work with no music. Most of these I can do every day, and I'm going to. So for the next week, I'm going to put this spiritual advice to the test and see, can I get closer to God?
All right, I just woke up. It's like 7:35, which I understand might not be early for a lot of you, but it's early for me. I'm gonna go running. Incredible view. First day running, not bad. I am not excited to drive to work with no music.
Now, I'm sure you're thinking, driving to work is easy. Why are you complaining? But here, sit in silence with me. See how you feel. Okay, but actually, it wasn't that bad. Maybe what I'm normally doing when I listen to music is trying to escape my thoughts, but it was nice to just kind of see them, listen to them. Gotta do it on the way home too. But I didn't have time to meditate before I went to work, so when I got in, I just found a quiet room and started meditating. Luckily, I am part of Skylight and we have an app for spiritual wellness, so I just picked one of the 5-minute meditations.
Into sleep. 1, 2, 3.
Honestly, meditation kind of feels like a little weird. I don't know. But doing it, I don't know, I feel more calm. The rest of the day was pretty normal, and even the car ride home, except for the fact that I had no music. I'm home, so I'm gonna go enjoy being home. Then, all I had left to do was journal. As I reflected on my first day and how it went, I thought about all the chances I gave myself to think about God and try to connect. While meditating, running, and having quiet time weren't inherently spiritual, they gave me time to think about God and life that I wasn't really using before. And it was actually really nice. Day 2 went really smooth. I prayed, I ran, and went about my day like normal. Which, by the way, if you're curious what I'm watching and listening to, it's actually videos from Skylight Chill Music's YouTube. There's a whole bunch of frequency loops on there, which are great for meditating or just putting on in the background. I actually find myself listening to them quite a bit, like legit. Anyways, that's what I'm listening to. You should check it out. I did notice that my day was going noticeably better than other days, but it was probably still too early to say it was this newfound Reddit routine on spirituality. Day 3 was good too. I prayed, I ran, I meditated. I even went golfing with Danny, which was awesome, and it turns out she's way better than me. How's it feel?
Honestly, good. I'm better than you. Just kidding.
And humble too. Good day. Got good things to journal about, so. By the way, I'm learning how to golf for a future video because Medium said that golfing was the perfect spiritual analogy. We'll see about that. Subscribe so you can watch that video. But the point is, that day was going great. Until day 4.
It's 6:15 in the morning. Our dog was crying and he threw up and had diarrhea. We're already taking him to the vet. so I guess that's good news. Also, it took me like 3 hours to fall asleep because I was anxious someone was breaking in.
Now, I have OCD. Not like the OCD where you keep your house really clean and neat. I have the obsessive thoughts, overthinking OCD. And I kept thinking that someone was in our house all night. I don't know why, it just happens sometimes, and I really didn't get much sleep.
I probably didn't fall asleep till around 2. Pretty tired. I did not get 8 hours of sleep. So by contrast, I can say not having a lot of sleep is not spiritual. I feel like out of it entirely. Because we had to go to the vet, I'm actually going to go on my run later today. I actually kind of miss it a little bit of that. Even though that sounds weird, I do kind of miss running, and I think I need it. I am going to try and find like a quiet 5 minutes at work to do my meditation as soon as I can. Life got in the way, and that's okay. We'll switch up the schedule and make it all work.
I did my meditation, and things started to feel a little bit better. I felt like, okay, I'm back on track. Until the vet called. Update on Tato. Tato is going to need surgery on both his knees, unfortunately. It turns out he has a genetic problem called luxating patellas, and he was going to need surgery quick, like next week. We're not going to say no. We love Tato. I love Tato. That's him. That leg right here where my shoe is pointing, that's where it's hurting him. So we agreed, and we set up the date for the surgery. After we got the news, I did go on my run. I actually felt like I needed it. I was really preoccupied about Tato's surgery and what it was gonna mean for Tato in the future, but like for us financially. But I found as I was running, I kind of calmed down. While the problem didn't go away, it didn't seem like as big of a deal. And journaling was a great moment too. I just felt like it was going to be okay. It was going to be worth it. So even though I did things out of order, I did everything that day, and it was still a pretty good day.
The nerds out there. Hey, yo, I got a whole bunch of Pokemon here.
Day 5 was a pretty chill day. It was a Saturday, so I slept in a little. We cleaned the house, and then we got acai, and then when we came back, I went running.
I think I only made it once this week, running without stopping. Today I had to stop, but I'm just proud I did it.
With Tato being on sedatives and preparing for his surgery, not too much we could do with him, so we just hung out. And by now, I was actually looking forward to all my practices, even running. And as I journaled, I just thought about the week and, I spent good time with Danny, had fun. It was honestly a great day. Day 6 was Sunday.
Favorite tie to wear is this pink one, the one that I wore for our wedding. And then to go with it, I got the matching pink Pokemon socks. And before you roast me and say that this is sacrilegious, Pokemon is a spiritual game. Plus, it's kind of dope.
So we went to church, and we even showed up before it started. Normally we're a few minutes late, so already off to a great start. It was a pretty normal day at church. Just got out of church, not bad. My favorite part is always the music. Either singing or hearing musical parts, that's like always my favorite part. Anyways, it was good. Some guy talked about leveling up spiritually and connected it to video games. So that was cool. Hi, Tato. Tato. Hi, boy. He's on some sedatives, so. Anyways, yeah, good day. So I'm gonna relax. And today, rather than going on a run, I decided to go on a walk with Danny. And it was actually awesome. We went on a longer walk than normal and just talked, spent good quality time connecting. It was honestly really cool. All right, so we just got back from our walk. How'd it go?
It was good.
That's it. And while I was journaling, even though I had one more day left in the challenge, it was the end of the week. So I was looking back and thinking about Tato's surgery, the time I spent with Danny, and it was kind of a roller coaster of a week, but I felt really well equipped. I felt like actually doing these things and connecting to God helped me put into perspective what was going on and that it was going to be okay. Even with the bad news of Tato's expensive surgery, it was a good week. I finally made it to day 7, the last day of the challenge, and honestly, it was probably the most normal of all of them. I woke up, prayed, ran, did my meditation, and just went about my day. And when I journaled, I looked back and enjoyed the moments, enjoyed taking intentional time to think about and connect with God, to think about my life, to think about my connections with those around me. I really recommend this. I know this challenge doesn't sound hard, but you do it for a week. I mean, see if you have the discipline to do it. And if you can't, that's all right, but just try. Now, I have my own family traditions, faith traditions, my own definition of spirituality, but I think taking the intentional time to think about God, really makes the difference. And while I'm definitely going to listen to music while driving, most of these I want to keep doing. Meditation and journaling were actually my favorite things by the end of the week. I really enjoyed them, and I felt like they helped with my anxiety and my OCD as well. I feel like mental health, spiritual health, physical health, they're all kind of interwoven, and as you boost one, they all kind of go up a little bit. I feel great. So please try this. Try this for a week. Try this for 3 days. See how you feel. You might be surprised. And if you have any ideas on how to get closer to God, comment. I would love to try them out, and subscribe so you can see how they went. Like I said, I have an upcoming video where I'm gonna go golfing. So please, anything, let me know. And as for this challenge, it worked. I guess I can say I found God on Reddit.